Welcome to another Natural Grocers Nutrition Education presentation.
Hi, I'm Janine with Natural Grocers, and I am pleased to present Paul Tijerina. Paul is an Army veteran and West Point grad. He is a nutritional therapy practitioner, primal health coach, certified personal trainer, and a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner. Welcome, Paul.
All right, thank you, Janine, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for everyone for joining us, and I got some really great information to cover today. We're going into the holidays, and for a lot of us, it's a kind of slippery slope, and so what we might benefit from is having some kind of a strategy going into the holidays so that we maintain all the great work that we've accomplished over the year. So what I've got in this short little talk here is the most important things for you to focus on when it comes to health, and then a really solid 5-step process to make sure that you maintain your health routine and at the same time have some flexibility built into it so you can actually enjoy your vacation.
Sounds great, Paul. Thanks.
All right, what is up, y'all? I am so happy to be here with you today. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We're going to give you some great info. This is all about navigating the holidays and maintaining the gains that you worked so hard for throughout the year. Because we all know as we come into the holiday season, there's a lot of temptations. That's why we all kind of recommit to a New Year's resolution, usually at the first of the year. And we want to avoid that to the best of our abilities by maintaining the gains, okay? So my name is Paul C. Tijerina. I am a functional NTP. I'm a certified health coach and personal trainer and master health coach. I've been working with people for over 10 years. I represent an amazing organization called the SHT, which stands for Superhuman Transformation. And we're really proud of what we put together here. We are an organization of education with the correct information because we know how much crazy information there is out there. We are an organization that facilitates experience by putting that information that we learn together into practice. And then we support each other throughout the entire process. We have an amazing community. And if you stick with me to the end of this, I hope to be able to tell you a little bit about it and invite you to it. So, we feel like what we do is we clarify the confusion and we bring confidence to the people that we work with because there's so much crazy information out there. Just in the nutrition realm, there's everything from 100% plant-based to 100% animal-based and everything in between. And most people just don't know what to do. And I feel like that's what we're really good at. So we have nothing but 5-star reviews everywhere that you look for us. And again, it's an honor to be here. I think before we get into the meat of what we want to talk about today, let's just acknowledge why we're here. Why are we watching these videos? Why are we seeking, improvements in our nutrition and our fitness and things like that? For most of us, it's because we want to see some body composition changes or optimization, and or we want to see some improvements in health, symptoms, conditions. Maybe we just want to make sure we're doing the right thing for long-term health or a combination of all those things. And what we would say is that if you step back from that, the bigger picture why is we want to be happy. We feel like these things are going to make us happy, and we truly believe that when you find health, you find yourself, and everything about your life gets better. Your life is always going to be crazy and chaotic and stressful, and life situations don't change that much from day to day. But if you show up healthier, you're going to be happier, and you're going to be able to deal with life a little bit different. And that's what we feel like we facilitate. Most people, when they embark on a health journey, usually focus on fitness and nutrition. And because the nutrition is so freaking confusing, most people do as much working out as they can, and then they do whatever they feel like they can with the nutrition, even though they're not really sure about it. And what we'd say is all of our foundations that we teach are extremely important, which includes the body component, like the food and the sleep and the fitness, but also what we might call the spiritual or energetic component, which includes social connections, having a daily practice, a mindfulness practice, and disconnecting and getting out in nature as often as possible, okay? So this is what we're gonna be covering today, okay? First, I wanna talk about, again, this is in the context of navigating the holidays and maintaining your gains. We're going to talk about the 3 most important health foundations to focus on. They're going to give you the biggest bang for buck, okay? We want to talk about how to navigate the holidays, and we have this really cool 5-step process that I think is very solid. We've got some handouts that will accompany this, You can contact us for those handouts. I'll also give them to Natural Grocers. So if you're watching this, you can contact Natural Grocers as well. They'll have access to it. But regardless, even as I go through this info, if you don't have the handouts, you can still do these exercises on your own during the video. And then if we have time at the end, I want to try to keep this under 30 minutes. We'll talk about how to keep things real on the road. And that includes ordering at restaurants and things like that. Okay? So let's talk about what's most important to focus on as we navigate the holidays and maintain our gains. I bet you can guess it. It's going to be real food nutrition. Okay? 80% of everything that you're looking for from your health efforts is going to come from how you eat. It's going to come from real food and the way that you eat real food. And of course, other foundations play a big role, but if you're looking for the biggest bang for buck, then real food is where it's at, right? If you can maintain your real food nutrition as you go throughout the holidays to the best of your abilities while allowing some flexibility and some indulging, then you're going to notice that you're not going to lose a whole lot, okay? If we're looking at things big picture when it comes to real food, regardless of what you believe in, you want to eat real food, you want to keep your carbohydrates smaller compared to everything else. And then you want to embrace space in periods of not eating, because that is when the magic of fat burning happens. And if you need more info on that, just let us know, all right? Second most important thing that we can focus on to maintain our gains throughout the holidays is going to be sleep, all right? Sleep is extremely important, all right? Because with a full night's sleep, every physiological, biological, and psychological function depends on it, okay? There are so many magical things that happen during sleep. When we're awake, it's all systems go. We're depleting, we're using, we're wearing out. But when we sleep, everything is recuperating, restoring. This is when the immune system does its most work. This is when the body heals itself. This is when the metabolic state resets itself, the microbiome resets itself. So sleep is extremely crucial in maintaining your gains. And there's two ways we can improve sleep. We can improve sleep with duration, or we can improve quality, which is basically how well you sleep. And if we had to give you a summary of the best things you can do to facilitate good sleep, number one, be consistent with your bed and rise time, because your body needs to be able to expect when it's going to go to bed and when it's going to wake up. And if you can do that for the body and it can expect that, it will commit to a really strong effort for the sleep effort, okay? And then it will also set hormonal patterns throughout the day. So consistency with your bed and rise time is really important. Also, we want, to the best of our abilities, to mimic the day during the day, meaning we want to be awake. We want to get some brightness into our retinas without sunglasses on, so the body has an understanding of what time of day it is. And it helps reinforce when the body's going to secrete specific hormones such as cortisol and melatonin. And then in the evening, we want to flip that. When we get close to bed, we want to minimize our stimulus. We want to make sure that we are sleeping during the nighttime, and we want to make sure that our sleeping environment is very dim and dark and cool to mimic being out in nature. You do those three things, you're going to have some really, really good sleep over time. And then the third most important thing to focus on, again, talking about navigating the holidays and maintaining gains, is going to be maintaining some kind of a fitness program, okay? Now, any fitness program is going to be better than nothing. We have a great video on fitness foundations where we kind of lay out what we think is the ideal pyramid to focus on. The base of this pyramid is constant movement and constantly changing positions, meaning most of the time we're either sitting or standing. And if we can take breaks throughout the day to change our position, to get into some stretches, some yoga poses, the bottom of a squat, do maybe a walk, some lunges, some cobras, some scorpions, just changing positions frequently throughout the day is going to break up the stagnation, and it's also going to take the stress energy away from whatever it is that you're focused on and divert it towards something else. And so it gives you this nice little ebb and flow between mind activity, body activity, and changing that rigid position that most of us are in most days. And if you just do that most days, like every 45 minutes or every hour, every 3 hours, you get up and you take a walk and you do a few stretches, maybe you have a couple of dumbbells or kettlebells next to you, that is as beneficial or more beneficial than actually doing some kind of a workout. But if you have the ability, we do recommend training every body part with resistance training 1 to 2 times per week. You could do the whole body one day and do that 2 times a week, or you could break it up like a traditional, pulling and pushing and legs or something along those lines. But resistance training, training your body every part of your body 1 or 2 times a week is going to build strong muscle, it's going to build strong bone density, it's going to build capacity and functionality. And then if you have the ability, throw in a sprint session once every 7 to 10 days. All right, that could be a running sprint session, a rowing sprint session, a bike sprint session, anything that allows you to give some maximum effort for several sets. And that's going to increase your cardiovascular capacity, and it has all kinds of beneficial adaptation responses. All right. So those are the 3 main things to focus on to navigate through the holidays and make sure that you're maintaining your gains. And so now let's talk about our little 5-step process on how to maintain gains. And we'll go into a little bit of detail on this. Number 1, you want to have a vision for yourself and your health, super important. You want to identify and acknowledge your obstacles. You want to stick to your health routine. You want to visualize specific situations and how you might handle them, and then you want to determine cutoff times and amounts for specific things, especially indulgences. So let's go through each one of those briefly. Again, I have a great handout here. You can email us, text us, you can get in contact with Natural Grocers, but even if you don't have that ability, then if you just pay attention to this video and take some notes, you're going to be doing great. So the first one is thinking about what you want and having a vision. So having an intention is so powerful because you have something that you're moving towards. You have a purpose, you have a guiding force, and you have something that helps you make decisions in the moment. Because if you don't have a vision for yourself, then you're basically being reactionary, right? We want to have this ability to think about the kind of person that we want to be, and as we get to these decision moments, think, is this the kind of decision that I need to make that's going to align with what's important to me? And just doing this is going to be extremely beneficial. So think about how you want to look, how you want to feel, how you want to be seen by yourself and others, how you want to handle important decisions, and you want to just write out a description of these things for yourself, right? When you do that, it's extremely liberating. It limits your decisions to a large degree. And we have some ideas here to think about, like what are some of the things that you've accomplished over the year that you want to maintain? Because you've worked really hard for a lot of your health things, you know? Which things are you absolutely committed to avoiding? I know that personally, I'm not going to do certain things. It doesn't matter how good it is or what the temptation is. I've gotten to the point that certain things are just completely off limits. And at the same time, you can ask yourself, what things are you going to allow yourself to enjoy? I see my aunt once every 3 to 5 years, and she has her famous pecan pie and apple pie made with wholesome ingredients. I don't usually do wheat or gluten, but she makes her crust with wheat and gluten, and I'm totally cool with that because it's once every 3 to 5 years, you know? So what are the things you're going to allow some flexibility with? And then consider what are some cutoff times for indulgences and stimulants and things like that. You can combine all that stuff together and give yourself a nice little paragraph for your intention for the holidays. Okay, remember, a little intention goes a long ways. It really does. Just thinking this stuff out, taking a few notes, it kind of pre-programs you to make better decisions in the moment when you get to them. All right, so the second thing we want to focus on is just identifying and acknowledging what our obstacles are. And again, we have a nice little worksheet here. And what we recommend doing is writing down your foreseen obstacles, giving it a name. That acknowledgement by itself is really useful because at an unconscious level, you're already kind of planning to navigate it in some way. You're acknowledging this is something that's going to be difficult and challenging and may derail me. But we also have a blank spot here that you can brainstorm some ideas on how you might navigate these specific challenges. And again, maybe you allow some flexibility, or maybe you have some ideas of how you can handle those difficult challenges and obstacles. And again, a little intention goes a really long way. Just going through this process is going to work wonders for you, okay? Number 3, super crucial. I'm telling you, no matter where I go or what I do, I'm going to stick to my health routine. So number 3 is sticking to your health routine. And I would say commit to daily health even when you don't feel like it, right? So I go to my sister's for Christmas every now and then, and it used to be this situation where she would beg me not to get up and go do my thing because she wants me to hang out with the family. And I would try that, and I just was not happy. You know, I had a conversation with her at some point, and I said, look, if you let me get up and go for my walk and sit and meditate and hit the gym for 30 minutes to an hour, we're talking 3 hours in the morning, right? If you let me do this, then I will be yours and the family's for the rest of the day. We'll have fun. I just need these things to feel good about myself, right? So think about it like that. What are the things that you can do that will facilitate great health and then allow you to feel okay about enjoying yourself and relaxing? I always recommend getting early wins in the day so that you can set a tone for the day. So like I said, I like to get up first thing, I roll out of bed, I go for a walk, I sit and meditate or have some quiet time, do a little journaling, think about my to-dos, maybe I have a little bit of work to do, I do some movement. If I have access to a gym, I'll go to a gym and work out, but if I don't, I have plenty of little in-place things that I can do, changing positions, getting to a squat, if I got some dumbbells or kettlebells or something, or there's a park with some bars and I can do some holds and some pull-ups and things like that. There's all kinds of options anywhere. When I go to my wife's parents' place, we don't have weights out there. I go for a long walk. I do a top to down kind of a body weight workout where I'm just moving my arms and doing some squats and doing some lunges and doing some good mornings and deadlifts and toe touches, and anything is going to be better than doing nothing. A lot of us probably spend so much time working out, we need a break anyway. So breaking it up with some different things like this might be beneficial, but the big point here is that one of the ways that we can maintain our gains is not to go into the holidays or specific vacation days and just letting ourselves completely, fall off of everything that we've committed to throughout the year. Maintain your health routine, get some early wins in the day, and you'll feel good about yourself and you'll feel good about enjoying yourself and relaxing a little bit. All right. Super powerful. Number 4 is going to be visualize specific situations. Okay. Now, we have a list here of the holidays that we want to consider, like Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and just specific travel situations. But you can also think about when you go out in the holidays, no matter what holiday it is, what are the specific situations you're going to have to deal with? All right. Aside from Thanksgiving by itself, we got Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe you've got breakfast situations, evening situations, going out to restaurant situations. And so again, a little intention goes a long way. If we can just list out those specific situations and just kind of daydream for a little bit and think to ourselves, all right, now how am I going to handle these situations? What am I absolutely committed to doing? What am I going to allow myself to be flexible with? And again, a little intention goes a long ways. All right. So visualizing situations is super, super powerful. And then finally, let's come to cutoff times and amounts. This is so powerful. This is kind of one of my little secret techniques and strategies that I use with clients, especially when we're trying to mitigate some damage from some things that we like to indulge in. So you can do this for your own specific things. I'm just going to give you some examples here, and in the worksheet we've got these as well. So what we mean by here is deadlines, cutoff times, and amounts is there's certain things that we do that probably aren't great for us, but we enjoy them and we get a lot of enjoyment out of them. And or there's things we may do just specific to the holidays and parties and dinners and things like that, but we don't want unlimited ability to do these things because they can be so damaging, right? So we just want to think in terms of how can I structure in my mind that I'm going to allow myself to do something, but also give myself a cutoff time or an amount or a drop dead time or something along those lines. So one area we always recommend is having a wake-up time, like a for sure cut off wake-up time, no matter what, right? I'm not going to go on vacation, and if I'm normally getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, sleeping until 10 or 10:30 every day, right? It's not going to make any sense. It's going to throw my whole day off. So what is your wake-up time? For me, I like to drink coffee. A lot of us like to drink coffee in our community, but we also understand that coffee can have an impact on sleep patterns, and so we give ourselves a cutoff time of usually 6 to 8 hours before bedtime. So what is that, right? These are just examples, they may not resonate with you, but you can make your own examples. Alcohol, for us, alcohol, we prefer to consume on an empty stomach because it has an oxidative priority, meaning the body has to process it before it can process nutrients. We also like to drink and give ourselves about 2 to 3 hours of space before bed, because we notice that if we have alcohol in our system and the body's trying to process it while we sleep, we don't have as good sleep. You can see this through a pulse oximeter or one of the sleep trackers. Your pulse is just crazy throughout the night if you drink too close to bed. So what's your cutoff time for alcohol? What's your cutoff amounts for alcohol? Eating too close to bed for a lot of us messes with our sleep because the body's trying to digest while you sleep. So what is your cutoff time for your last meal? What is your cutoff time for your dessert or your last snack? What is your in-bed time, right? So we want to enjoy ourselves, hang out with our friends and family, and at the same time, just not completely disrupt everything that we've worked for. So what is the balance there? What is the time that you're going to allow yourself to stay up, right? So I'm usually in bed personally by about 7 o'clock p.m., 8 p.m. at the latest. I may hang out with my family and say, you know what, my cutoff time is going to be 10 p.m. at the latest. I have to be able to function the next day. And just a little bit of intention there, again, goes a long ways. Again, number of drinks, how many flexible days you're going to give yourself. Like, if you're on vacation for 2 weeks, you can't expect yourself to be 100% strict every one of those days for 14 days. So out of 14 days, how many days do you want to be on it? How many days are going to allow some flexibility? All right. Again, a little intention goes a long ways. We have this as a resource, a really solid handout. So again, you can connect with us by texting us. You can email us. You can connect with us on social media and message us there, and we'll send you these handouts, no strings attached. We'll also give these handouts to natural grocers, okay? My last thing I want to cover, if you'll just stick with me for a few here, is supporting yourself going forward. And I just want to talk a little bit about our amazing community, Superhumans United. It's an online community. Natural Grocers, we're going to give you a free trial into it to check it out. If you scan the QR code here, or there's a little bit.ly URL, you get a free week into it. You get our discount rate. You can text us or email us with any questions or call us. So in our community, our big purpose is, we see a tremendous joy in being a part of something bigger than ourselves. We see a tremendous joy in working towards common goals with other people. And we see tremendous personal satisfaction and accomplishment in building skills and getting better, especially with other people. And there's a tremendous sense of comfort that comes from being able to be vulnerable and navigate challenges with others. And so our big purpose is basically we bring together people who for most of their lives have been lost and confused or unsure when it comes to health. And now they're seeking clarity and confidence. And what we do is we learn concepts together. We put those concepts into practice. We get experience and we facilitate experiments with each other, and we support each other throughout the entire process. And this brings us confidence and clarity because, we get experiential knowledge of what it is that we're doing. And because we're supporting each other, it's a really enjoyable process. And remember, we're doing this because we want to be happy and healthy and confident in our bodies and live our most amazing lives possible. So inside our community, we have a monthly theme, and that theme is usually based around one of our health foundations. Within that month, we usually have at least one seminar, sometimes 2 seminars. Those seminars get recorded and put into our courses. And then we do new member highlights every week. We have a tremendous recipe index. We have daily motivation and inspiration, questions and polls to get people engaged, and we have a great member base in there that you can communicate with and interact with in private message, and it's just an amazing place. So if you'd like to give that a shot, if you're on your own personal health journey, you'd love support, some education, I don't think you can beat $29.99 a month, but you have a whole week to test it out and see if you like it, all right? And we'd love to see you in there. So. And if you're an owner, if you are in management, if you are in HR, we have some really cool options. We do free seminars, we do free posters, and this is one of our services that we're giving out considering the difficult situation that we're all in right now. And so if you're a business owner in management or in HR or something like that, just message us and let us know, and we'd love to do something for you, okay? And I think that's about all we got. All right, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you today. Remember, navigating the holidays, maintaining your gains, a little intention really does go a long ways, and it's worth it because you want to feel good and you want to start the year off right, okay? All right, we will talk to y'all soon. Send us any comments, feedback, questions, snide remarks. We'll take it all, okay? Y'all keep it real.
Thank you so much, Paul.
And thank you guys so much for being a part of this. If you have any questions, comment, feedback, snide remarks, make a comment in this video, or you can connect with us at support@superhumantransformation.com or call or text 702-546-6098, and y'all keep it real.
Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more virtual classes from Natural Grocers. Are you looking for personalized nutrition advice to support your unique health goals? Please visit naturalgrocers.com/virtual-coaching to book a free one-on-one nutritional health coaching session with your nutritional health coach today.